Hi everyone, welcome back to another day of stats. Today we're going to take a peek at how to convert percentiles to z-scores. Let's go ahead and get started. So what we're going to start by doing is finding exact values on our z-score table. Then we're going to trace backwards to see where it lines up with our z-score value. So if you take a moment and take out your z-score table, you will see 0.0032. What I've highlighted for you is where you would find that in the table. So do you see how 0.00317 rounds to 0.0032? It does. And if you kind of take a moment and look at the numbers at the top of your table, you see that this is the 0, this is 0.01, 0.02, and 0.03. So the way we would write the z-score would be a negative 2.7, that's from the left-hand side, and then 3 from the top where it lines up. Okay, let's try that again because that's a lot of information. So locate something close to 0.0174. So now I've kind of zoomed that in. So again, thinking about the values above it, this is our 0, 0.01, 0.02. Do you see how this number right here rounds to 0.0174? So that means our z-score value would be negative 2.1, and then because this number is a 1, it'd be negative 2.11. All right, let's try another one. So find a number on your z-score table that's close to 0.5120. Okay, this one I was able to get everything nice and easy for you to see. So if we look at this, it's really, really difficult sometimes, but if we look right over here, 0.51197, this would round to 0.5120 because the 19 turns into a 20 because that 7 after it. So this z-score value, okay, so it's 0, so it literally is just the number up top, so 0.03. Are you getting the hang of it? Let's go ahead and try another one. Locate 0.8315 or something close to it on your z-score table. Sorry, it kind of goes a little bit into other one here, but if we look at our numbers here, okay, 0.83, this is 82, 82, 82, 82, up over here. Here's our number. So remember, this is the 0, 0.01. Oh, that's not 0.01. What did I just write there? 0.01. 0.02, 0.03, 0.04. Of course, it's easier for you because you have the entire table by you, 0.06. So this is 0.9, if I kind of erase my little circle that I had here. It's 0.9, and then there's a 6. So the z-score value would be 0.96. All right, let's go ahead. We'll try 2 more of these, okay, before we go on to our next page. So locate 0.0197 on your table. All right, so if we look here, way down at the end, you actually see that z-score. So remember, you have your 0, 0.01, 0.02, 0.03, 0.04, 0.05, and 0.06. Okay, so negative 2. And then I have that 0.06. 0.06 is my z-score value. And just so I don't have things run into each other, let's finally look at letter G. Locate 0.0668 on your z-score table. All right, so looking at it, it actually works out very nicely. It's very easy to see. Negative 1.5 is our answer. Okay, so now that we've looked at the ones that are easier to find on our table, let's take a peek when we're given an actual percentile. So we want to know what the z-score is for the 65th percentile. The first thing that you need to do is you have to take that percent and divide it by 100 to get a decimal. So you get 0.65. All right, so now that we went through and divided that percent by 100, it says here that you have to look at the z-score table for a number that rounds closest to 0.65 without going over. So here's where our z-score table is at. Remember, we want to get close to 0.65, but not go over it. So do you see how 0.64803 is closest without going over? So that's the z-score that we're actually looking for. The next one after this is 0.65 and then some numbers after it. So we want to go with this number. Remember, we got our 0, 0.01, 0.02, 0.03, 0.04, 0.05, 0.06, 0.07, and this is 0.08. So our z-score value is 0.3 and then the 8 because it's in the 8th column. Let's try that again. So the 90th percentile. So I need to take that 90 and divide it by 100, and I get 0.9. So on my z-score table, I'm looking for the number that comes just before 0.9. So what number comes before 90? 89. Good. So here's all my different values. I'm looking for the number that is closest to 90. So if you look way down here, do you see that number, 0.89973? That's the closest to 90 without touching 90 that we get to. So our z-score table is 1.2. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 0.128. All right, 70th percentile. What is the very first thing that I need to do? Right, I need to divide 70 by 100. And I get 0.7. So I need to get as close to as possible 0.7. Let me pull up our table. So this is a great way to see this. So now that I have it all right here for you. So what number comes before 70? 69, right? So here's 70. That's going over. This number right here is the closest I could get to. So my decimal is 0.5. This is 0, 1, 2. So this is 0.52. That is my closest z-score. Let's try one more. 10th percentile, what do I do first? You got it. Divide by 100, which gives us 0.1. Pull out your z-score table and locate the number that comes just before 10. So what number comes before 10? The 0.09, exactly. So if we look at this table, sorry, it's really overlapping here. This number comes before this one right here. So this number, I got negative 1.2. Now I need to count over to find out what my last digit is. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So negative 1.29. Okay, 2 more to try out. Let's see how we do. 98th percentile, what do I do? And tell me what that decimal is. Good. Did you say divide by 100 to get 0.98? Fantastic. So remember, we want to look for one number less, so 0.97 just before you hit the 0.98. So if we look at our table, here's 0.98, that's going over. So what number comes before? This guy right here. So this is a 2.0, this is 0, 0.01, 0.02, 0.03, 0.04. This is 0.05 to 2.05. Great. All right, one last problem, 20th percentile. What is that decimal? You are amazing. Oops, sorry, that's not a division sign, is it? Okay, so divided by 100 and you get 0.2. So we need to find the 0.2 without going over. So, okay, wait a second. These guys are looking a little large. Oh, here it is. 0.19 because 19 comes before 20. So this is my magic number. I already went over when I got to that number. So let's see, negative 0.08, negative 0.8. Now I have to figure out what my second digit is. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So negative 0.85. All right, great job with this. Why don't you go ahead and try out the classwork and then work on the exit slip. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me. Thanks and have a great day. Bye.